Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to all of you. Hope you are safe and sound at your home. Dear cadets of 40th intake, that is class 10 of Borishal College. At the very outset of my lecture, I would like to welcome you all in my online class of Borishal Cadet College. You know, COVID-19 has made our daily life standstill. For this reason, your joining to Borishal Cadet College is delayed. But we cannot stop our regular activities, and our college authority has to bring you under online class. Considering this, now I, Satyajit Datta, Associate Professor of Economics and Housemaster of Sohit Sohrawardi House, have decided to take online class and expected that I will be with you for the next 80 minutes. Today's lesson and topic. No more delay, let's have a look into our today's lesson and topic. First of all, I would like to thank you for the participation of my previous class and exam. Boys, you do well. Today, my topic is militancy. Lesson 15.5, chapter 16. I hope you will enjoy the class, and let's start the class with the cadets of class 10. Next, learning outcomes. After the end of the lesson, cadets will be able to, first of all, explain the concept of militancy. 2, explain the reasons and impacts of militancy. Last of all, identify the steps to prevent militancy. Next, keywords. First, military. The Latin word military, which means working as a soldier. Next, misconception of life and world. A person may become militant because of his misconception of life and world. Last of all, Twin Tower. The cause of destruction of the Twin Tower in the USA was due to militancy. Now, I am discussing about the concept of militant and militancy. The English word militant comes from the Latin word militare, which means working as a soldier. From the descriptive of behavior, militant is the person who loves fire and is aggressive, hostile, and destroyer. Militants work collectively by means of hostility or aggressiveness, getting support from any established organization which is not approved by the state or society. The militants use any extreme and hostile methods. Not only the militants, but also those who participate in destruction, but also engage in many activities like donating and collecting money, making plans, and executing them are also terrorists. The activities of the militants can be administered individually or in group. To fulfill their objectives, the militant want to establish their political or religious concept and philosophy made by their organization. To attain this, they use many techniques to propagate their concept, like giving leaflets, posters, and booklets. In many cases, murdering any person or doing any destructive work, they publicize their confessional statements. They carry on their activities by using modern information technology like email, Facebook, Twitter, etc. They always want to establish that their concept is right, whether it is acceptable or not to the state and society. They do not want to avoid the existing ideas, values, rules, and regulations in the society. In many cases, they even use bombs, landmines, military weapons, and modern deadly weapons. They always want to they always want to establish that their concept is right, whether it is acceptable or not to the state and society. They do not want to avoid the existing ideas, values, rules, and regulations in the society. In many cases, they even use bombs, landmines, military weapons, and modern deadly weapons. Terrorist activities are conducted also by way of suicidal residents. Sometimes they also engage with destructive activities by hijacking airplanes. To prepare these militants, secret military training is conducted for them. They have secret connections and communications all around the world. Any foolish, contrary to the policy of the state or society is a terrorist policy. The concepts, ideas, and activities found, published, and followed by the militants are called militancy. Now, the causes of militancy. The craziness among the militants may be created through the spirit of the particular group to realize any political or religious rights and interests of any special community groups. The activities of the militants may happen to create anarchy in the country, even there may be any hidden political cause for creating such anarchy. A person may become a militant because of his misconception of life and world, or because of his ignorance of proper religious knowledge. The militant activities may also be created due to matters related to the interest between different groups of intra-groups. Now I am discussing about the impact of militancy. First of all, the impact of militant activities is acute and serious on our life in the society and at the state level. Such activities of militancy may hinder the development activities of a country. Militant activities may create various adverse situations in our socio-economic, political, and cultural life. Number two, the normal way of life becomes non-functional because of militancy. We all know more or less about the criminal activities of the militants in many countries of the world. The cause of destruction of the Twin Tower in the USA was due to militancy. This militant activity killed thousands of people and destroyed a huge amount of property. In our country, the militant murdered peace-loving people through bomb explosion at the program of the Udiji Shilpi Goshti in Jasor. And on the Poila Boishakh, Bangla New Year celebration at Ramna Botomur in Dhaka. Number three, recently the militants killed quite a few local foreign men and women in a terrorist raid on Holy Buddhism Bakery at Gulshan in Dhaka. Sometimes the militants happen to sacrifice their own lives while performing militant activities. The continuous militant activity in a country is a big threat to the easy flow of life of the common people. Number five, these militants are also a threat for their own families. In many cases, a massive destruction is caused of people, dwellings, and neighbors by the explosion of the bombs kept by the militants. Basically, militants do not have any sound family life. They are considered as criminals in the eyes of state, society, and family. Sometimes their family and society cast hateful eyes over them. In the family, all the family members must be vigilant about their children's behaviors, words, and deeds. Next, prevention of militancy. First of all, the massive prevention and forceful social movement. For prevention of militancy, the massive prevention of militancy and a forceful social movement is required. As a part of the social movement, the community should be mobilized properly to provide correct interpretation on any political or religious concept. For this, placards, leaflets, posters can be used. Number two, the religious institutions may arrange discussion program. The religious institutions may arrange discussion program to make people aware about militancy. The militant can be brought to a normal life by giving special training to lead a sound family and social life. Cadet looked at the picture. You observe that picture one in recent picture for our country. Now, cadet observe the sample question. First of all, you looked at the sample question of creative question, CQ. Next, you observe the sample question of MCQ part 1. Now, you observe the sample question of MCQ part 2. Cadet looked at the home tasks. First of all, what is militancy? Number 2, explain the impacts of militancy. Last of all, discuss the causes of militancy. If you any query, then ask me through message. I will be available here. Okay, dear cadets, thank you for attending my online class. I hope you will try to follow the instructions that I hope given you here. Now, a very important point for you, dear cadets. You know, we are now passing a very tough time due to COVID-19. Going outside has become very much risky for all. So, never make any plan to go outside for any reason. Spend your time with your parents and other family members of your house. Never neglect your regular study. You should be punctual, attending your online classes as well. Stay home and stay fine, dear cadets. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Khuda Hafiz.